The Asia CEO Awards is looking to honor a new batch of exemplary individuals and organizations in the Philippine business community who epitomize a model executive and business organization. On November 14th, individuals and organizations will be recognized for excellence in employment, public sector, innovation and technology, and youth empowerment. Here to tell us about the annual Asia CEO Awards are Point West President Ben Coronel, SBI Global President and CEO Malik Parak, Richard Mills, the Trowry Associates Chairman and one of the judges of the Asia CEO Awards 2013, of course, one of the organizers. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us in the show. Mr. Mills, of course, I want to start with you. Give us a bit of a backgrounder for the Asia CEO Awards. This is the big event of the Asia CEO Forum.
Ron, it's a special year this year. Philippines is the fastest growing country in Asia. Special also because we have our very own Ron Cruz as our host for this year. So it's very nice.
ANC is partnering with the event and they've asked me, of course, to
and as the fastest growing country in the world, there's a lot of excitement. We had almost twice the number of submissions over previous years. High quality companies from all different kinds of industries. So it's a very exciting year for Philippines.
And we have the leaders of those high quality companies who won past awards last year, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
We want to ask Ms. Beng, give us a backgrounder of Point West. What's it about? And I do know that most of your clients are overseas.
Yes, that's right. Point West Technologies is a 100% Filipino-owned IT BPO services company. So 90% of our revenues are derived from U.S. clients. So one of the largest airline companies, one of the big logistics company, or the top pharmacy benefit company in the U.S. So these are some of the clients that we have. So we have been in the business for the last 10 years. And so far, the Asian CEO Awards actually was a good platform for us to showcase our capabilities. So we are truly honored with that.
Right, and the Asia CEO Awards is, of course, all about spreading the good news about the country.
That's right.
What's happening in the country, and we have a lot of good news happening here in the country. I want to ask you, having your clients from overseas, 90% as you mentioned, what do they see in Philippine companies? What's the advantage of having a Philippine business and having clients overseas?
Okay. Unlike in the past, they look at the Philippines as a low-cost services provider. Nowadays, it's more in terms of the innovation and as well as operational excellence that they see in most of companies in the Philippines. And I guess apart from it, the basic ingredient actually would be the Filipino people that really has been giving the companies the true services that they had been expecting from their providers.
And I want to talk about the people, the excellent people behind your companies. But first, a little backgrounder on SBIs.
Sure. Well, SBI Global is the largest Filipino-based BPO company. We have 18,000 people around the world. And what is so exciting and what differentiates us from other companies here in the Philippines is that 2/3 of our revenue actually comes from knowledge process outsourcing, activities in healthcare and in publishing. And only 1/3 of our revenue come from what they call the commoditized business, the call center side of the business. So very, very happy to be part of this Philippine success story called the BPO industry.
And the Filipino employees, so the people who make that company excellent, and of course excellent and employees. What's the advantage of having Filipino people being part of that big company?
Well, one of the things that differentiates the Filipino worker compared to many other BPO destinations is their genuine malasakit and compassion for the people they are supporting. So it's very easy for people when they're talking to somebody in the Philippines to see that compassion and caring come through over the phone or in their email exchange or to the chat conversation they are going through, which is very unheard of in some of the other locations. I'm from India, and I can tell you that Philippines by far is the best location for a lot of the BPO-centric activities.
Okay, both of you have, those companies are Filipino-owned companies, right? And then where do you see Filipino companies going from now? Well, we're still in what they call an economic sweet spot, if I'm just borrowing the terms of from our financial analysts. But from this good news, where can we bring those Filipino companies?
Well, if I can just start, and then I'm sure Ms. Beng will have something to say as well. But I believe that Philippines has an amazing future ahead. Our goal as a BPO industry is to generate $25 billion of revenue by 2016. In fact, it would be very close to the remittances that we get from OFWs. I always tell people that we have been telling OFWs as the modern day heroes. I think the time has come now when we start recognizing people who are working in the BPO industry to be called the modern day heroes as well. And that's one of the reasons why SPI Global is introducing a new award category this year to recognize the young leaders of this country.
That's right.
Yeah, and what is exciting about that is, you know, 10, 15 years ago, if you were to talk to somebody and say, hey, I'm 25 years old and I have 1,000 people under me, you would laugh at them. But now it's not very uncommon to see young people in their 20s and 30s leading a group of 3,000 people the BPO industries. And they are really rising to the challenge, they are stepping up to the plate and really contributing towards the growth that this country is going through right now.
There are, of course, going to be challenges in the software solution and business solutions industry. There are more players coming in. Do you see this as a threat?
Well, in fact, yes, knowing that there would be a lot more of companies coming in, foreign companies coming in. But we think that there's a huge amount of talent that we have here in the Philippines that are still untapped. So we still can develop all of these people and take on the additional load coming in from this particular new companies setting up operations in the Philippines.
Okay, there is going to be a scenario wherein we are going to, well, so to speak, opening up our borders to our Asian neighbors. Do you see that as a challenge as well? Or do you see Filipinos and Filipino companies getting better because of this?
My personal opinion is that we'll continue to get better. Philippines has established itself as a BPO destination within the region and in the world. So we'll continue to get BPO-related activities from the countries like Malaysia or Indonesia, Vietnam. We have operations in Vietnam, and it's really not a competitive location for us. We are sending certain activities to Vietnam that the employees there are meant for, where we are bringing some of the customer-centric activities or the creative-centric activities to the Philippines.
And for the software
And
industry?
I think for us, it's both an opportunity as well as, well, challenges that we face with this ASEAN integration. Opportunities because we think that it's also a huge market out there that can be tapped by the Philippine companies. Challenge because of the, well, I should say with the people coming in and out, there's well, opportunities for their own people to, well, take on opportunities here in the Philippines. But suffice to say, I think it is an opportunity for us.
Okay,
we
that's
see
nice
it as an
enough.
opportunity.
Richard, you're part of the judging, the judges taking in the nominees. And you mentioned a while ago off air that the participants, the nominees, have doubled.
Yes, it's been a good year. So it was very difficult for the judges. It was a three-week process. We had, you know, high-profile judges: Dr. Bernie Villegas, June Palafox, Oscar Sanyas, formerly of the Business Process Association of Philippines, and others. But it was a very difficult process to get down to the final companies. But we were able to do it, and yeah, so it'll be a good year.
And I believe the finalists already are, the list of finalists are already out. It's on your website. So if people want to see who the finalists are, just visit the website of the Asia CEO Awards. The details of the event, when is this going to be and where is it going to be held?
Ron, it's next Thursday. That's November 14th in the evening. So to sign up, it's easy. Just it's on the screen, asia-ceo-awards.org. Click register. And it's a fast, easy process. We'll be glad to have you. You'll see lots of special guests, like our two guests here, Malik Parek of the Philippines' leading SPI, BPO company, Bang of the country's leading IT company, and our special host, Ron Cruz, the leading host of the nation. So gotta come.
Thank you very much. Richard Mills, Ms. Ben Coronel, and Mr. Malik, thank you very much for joining us here in Morning.
Thank you as well.
Thank you.